What about the paranormal side of you at like 3 in the morning? Because I've heard that that's very like, there's like a thin
Like the witching
veil.
hour,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, between.
Yeah, a lot of people say, well, you know, at 3 a.m. All paranormal things happen. You know why? It's the people say that, or what I think people say is because number one, we're not doing this, right? It's the quiet time, right? We're not so busy thinking about our lives and about this. Usually things are a little still at that time, so we're able to connect with what's going on, maybe. But yes, usually after I do a paranormal event or after I was done filming Ghost Stalkers, I would have a very, very hard time falling asleep. It's like a paranormal PTSD, actually. You know, I would have to like really like sort of help myself to sleep, which was a very hard process to do because you're dealing with things that are not of this world and energies that we cannot put a label on. And so it definitely plays into it, and sleep. And, you know, and I start to, and of course the dreams after you've been in these places are very, very visceral and very real. A lot of my dreams, actually, I'm in a haunted location, probably for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm in a haunted location trying to get in or out, trying to help people get in or out. And I don't know what that is.
Is it to help them cross over? I mean, if you really wanted to go.
Maybe that's it. I don't know, but just I'm in a haunted location trying to find my way out or trying to find my way in. So I have no idea what that. I don't dream about acting.
I was just going to ask you that.
I don't dream about acting.
You're picking up on my next question.
But about ghosts, about I'll go into a location and especially when I was doing the show, and then they'll sort of appear. They'll make themselves. I can see them in my dreams, which is very weird. Like I'll actually see, you know. And I've woke up screaming, you know, a lot, and wake up, and the dishes will be thrown off the cabinets, and I had a nice little scary creature in my house. It was an imp. An imp, it's like a little troll, you know, it's like arms and whatnot. Gosh. Okay, so yeah, I had this little scary little thing creature in my house called an imp. And it was around the time I was shooting the show Ghost Stalkers. And I had come home from doing 3 investigations in 2 weeks, or a week and a half, which is crazy. I came back home, and I'm sitting on the couch with my ex-girlfriend at the time. And all of a sudden, I see this big black dot, sort of like the size of a 50-cent piece, maybe bigger, like this. I saw it sort of go all the way across the back of the couch, right? And my ex is sitting here. I see this ball of black sort of mass come on the back of the couch like this. As soon as I lose sight of it, my ex-girlfriend, she's like this. She picks up on it, sees the thing come down, and all of a sudden it had these long sort of pointy fingers, right? And she saw it manifest from a black ball, and it got into these like long prickly hands. And then I felt my shirt go boop, like that. It picked up my shirt, it hopped off the couch. I heard it go boom onto the floor, and it scurried into my room. Insane. And I would see this thing sort of like crawl up the walls at night, and then I had to do this whole thing to try to get it out of the house. But it was interesting because we both saw it, and it manifested into this thing, and it was like it was playing with me. And I felt it pick up the back of my shirt, hop off the couch, and scurry off. They're like little pranksters.
And is it energy from a deceased that's... what
An imp? Well, no, I don't think. I think that's one of the otherworldly creatures that we have, the trolls, the fairies, all these little things that sort of inhibit nature, so to speak. And I think once it realized that I can hear, talk to, and I'm in that world, so, you know, especially after I do an event, I am so keen and picked up on every little thing. It really tunes your senses to what's going on. So I was kind of in that world anyway, and sure enough, I mean, this thing ran the back of my couch. It was very intelligent, and we both saw it. So that's one of many things that happens. In my house, it's been pretty quiet. for a while, which has been nice because there are times when my dog doesn't sleep. You know, I have a little dog, Lima, and she's sort of my barometer because she'll look and see something, or she'll back away, or I'll watch her eyes go from one person to another, which is quite insane. But that hasn't happened in a while. Yeah, or I'll hear something scurry along the carpet, and then it'll end up in the kitchen, and you hear the dishes, right? It's crazy, crazy.
Are you able to turn it off?
It's a hard thing to turn off. It's a really hard thing to turn off. I had done an investigation where it was a really not so nice place, and my energy changed right away. I was with a buddy, and I got angry, and I got home, and I was pacing back and forth, and I sort of had attached, or not, I didn't attach, but some spirits had attached themselves to me, followed me back to my place, and they caused havoc in my place for a while. So it was a real process to actually get to sleep at night, knowing that my dog is freaking out, and I had to like hold her close because she's freaking out about what she's seeing, and they're like right there, like just standing right there. You can feel their presence. Or I'll wake up and Lima will be across my chest, and she'll be rigid, and she'll be like that low growl, staring just right to the next to me like this. Things like that happen, but it makes it interesting. I don't really like that stuff in my home, you know what I mean? But it's part of the game. I think if you go out and you open yourself up to some degree, and I feel like I have sort of a fun nature, so these spirits are like, yeah, he's at Disneyland, let's go hang out with him. And then you sort of have to talk them out. You have to say, this is your home. Like if you're at somewhere in a haunted place, you say, this is your home, you have to stay here, you cannot come back home with me.
Right.
And then over time, it'll sort of dissipate, and they'll sort of go wherever they need to go. They'll go back home. Maybe they'll, cross over, which is a question that you asked. Do people know, do some spirits know that they're dead? And the answer is no. I've been on a device before. It's called a spirit box, and it's a modified radio that scans different radio frequencies, and it causes a white noise for you to be able to talk to spirits in real time. And I said, do you know that you're dead? And then I heard a woman come through. She goes, I am. And the way she said it was so sad, and she had no idea. And so maybe, just maybe, she heard that and was like, oh. And then she went off and joined, on the other side, whatever it is. I have no idea. I would like to think there's something beyond this, or else what the hell?
Yeah.
Or else what the hell? I mean, this love has to mean something, and if we can't carry that over somewhere and love the people that we loved on this life, then I love how this is getting so deep, and that we're going back between acting and this, but I think it all plays into life.